Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is your host, Shawn Spilman with the Spil with Spilman, and that's my brother, co-host, Azar Muhammad. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm well, brother. How about yourself?
I'm blessed, man. In the age of technology, man, we are in control to a certain extent, but then sometimes we're at the mercy of the technology. We were having listening and technical difficulties on the audio side, so I apologize for starting late. It's Sunday evening. Most people are ready to crash. What's the news, brother? We got an exciting week. Tuesday.
You think you can turn it up just a little bit?
My volume?
Yeah,
How about that? Is that better now?
still low.
How about now?
Still low.
Wow,
I
it's
can
on
hear
my.
you, but it's low. But
Okay, what about now?
still low. Volume low.
Oh my God, it's blasting on my end. We got 3 people watching. What a blessing. Huh?
Okay, that's fine. And I just go with the flow and just do what
No,
I
no, no.
can.
No, no, but if you can't hear, I can hear
I can
you.
hear you, but it's not audible. It's
Okay.
inaudible.
Okay. See, everything on the screen is fine. Maybe because I got the Wake Forest shirt on and not the Winston State. Did you hear that?
Right.
Hey, they say I can hear you both. Okay, Facebook user, that's a blessing. Um, so let's do this. We're gonna go ahead and we got people view on Facebook. Let's go ahead and see what's going on there. Hey, I can hear you both. Catalina says, my daughter says, okay, great. So she said she can hear us both. Listen, this Tuesday, 8 p.m. on Facebook Live, on our Facebook page, The Spil with Spilman, and on YouTube, The Spil with Spilman. We have none other than Brandon Horn. That's this Tuesday at 8 p.m. Guess who we have Thursday? The scholar, the illustrious brother, Rashid Bey. Oh my God. We are in a treat. Brandon Horn is a younger brother who has transitioned from a gentleman in the streets of Winston that was very, very well known, popular, now to, as he would say, a serial entrepreneur.
Wow.
Yeah, he's, oh my God, he's sharper than a razor blade that just came out the package, brother.
Oh my
And then,
God.
and then Rashid Bey, one of our elders that was active in the 70s in the Nation of Islam and trained with other brothers, and now is for traveling men, for people that are a part of the lodge. He has attained the highest degree that is possible. So I'm going to be just humbled to interview him and his knowledge. I would suggest Thursday at 8 p.m. on this channel that you bring a pen and a pad, lose your ego, and come sit at the foot of one of our great scholars that's in our time. Azar Muhammad, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you. It's always a treat.
You as well. Got something coming up exciting down the pipe. A brother that's been locked up for 29 years, and another brother that did 15, but he had 70 years. So I want to talk with these brothers. I ask you to bring Antonio Stevens in if you can. And this brother, he's began to get his CDL license and transition his life from correctional facility to trying to get out here in this world. But man, somebody that's got 70 years on your head and did
Right.
29 years.
That's a
Wow.
blessing. Hey, this is live TV. Wife come in and just wanted to kiss her, man. So I don't want y'all to see that, but she's looking like this, y'all. Read
Yes,
between the
sir.
lines. Chocolatey like Hershey's. I love you. Peace and blessings. We're live. Yeah, we don't want to give their information up.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see Bay. It's one of the Moors, brother. I can't wait to see that brother when he got
Oh
the drop.
man, he's deep. Hey, listen,
That's
he's
one of
deep.
Nova Drew Ali's people.
Yes, yeah, he's a deep brother. Hey, I also want to give a shout out. Listen, y'all, man, my daughter Catalina, all my daughters are amazing, 5 of them. I want y'all to pray for one of our daughters. She's in the hospital. She's going through some difficulties. God tells us with difficulty comes ease, so we believe that, and we're praying for him. And the wife is actually being the sojourner truth on that end while I'm handling one side. It's good to have a strong woman. But I want to give a shout out to Catalina. She has a podcast every Friday, Conquering with Catalina. And guess what? She is on here. It's Catalina, my baby. She's watching. So
Hello, Cat.
Yeah, you got your Uncle Azar.
Hey, can we get 5 seconds of silence for your people that's in the hospital?
Thank you, brother. I also want to send a shout out to, I can't say the sister, one of my close Muslim sisters. Her son was, he was a victim of gun violence. He's fighting for his life. Please, y'all, pray for the brother. Young, beautiful brother, man. What is going on? Not this week, but the following week. Y'all need to tune in. Azar and I are sponsoring How Do We Save Our Babies? You're going to have Angry Man, Israel, Antonio, and about 5 other great guests. It will be a show to blow your mind. Speaking of sponsors, Bang Hard. You see the apparel? My daughter says, thank you for the shout out. You see that apparel? Bang Hard is one of our official sponsors for the show. We have a Cash App there. You see it below. We would love you to be a sponsor. If you have a business or an individual, we'd love you to be a sponsor. Bang Hard supports the mics, the internet bills, stuff like that, the stuff we need. Another sponsor is Spilman's Tree Service. If you need your who's that guy? Oh, wow. I think he looks better on the flyer. Look at that big head. Spilman's Tree Service. And guess what? We have a new sponsor. Yes. My man Soup at Downtown Thai is our sponsor. If you want the best Thai food, in my opinion, not just Winston-Salem, but I would say probably where I've ever eaten. Downtown Thai. It's located at 271 West 4th Street, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, 27101. Phone number 336-771422. And I don't know why my notifications, I can't turn them down on this, but best food. I love Chinese food. No disrespect to Chinese. When I eat that, I feel full. The sugar drops. I want to go to sleep. That Thai food that he has, man, you feel like you just had a fresh cut of pineapple or a watermelon. It keeps you alive. We got 5 people. What a blessing.
So don't forget to say hi and go by and get some of that Thai. That's what you're saying.
Man, Soup is the man. Y'all know how he does. Not only will you get the food, if you want to engage with him, he will talk to you about everything. So our sponsor, Bang Hard, Spilman's Trees, and Downtown Time. If you have a business, we would love for you to get on and check us out. So for the people that are live, talk to us. Tell us what city are you in. Most of you will probably be out of North Carolina, but we have reach in Africa and Europe, Australia. We've been blessed, from the YouTube viewers. We get a lot of inbox and messages. Brandon Horn this Tuesday, 8 p.m. Rashid Bey this Thursday. Like the brother said, we have 2 gentlemen that are coming out of incarceration, one 29 years.
Right, and the other 15 years.
Man, listen. These
get out. We want you mothers to bring all of your so-called gang bringer children here, and they're going to give it to them raw and uncut. So we're going parental guidance as advisor because we coming straight from the hip. We want you to bring your children and let them see firsthand what it's going to be like when they get their ass down in that penitentiary.
Hey, you know what's crazy? We have to get our babies back to a place where they respect the lineage of the elders, right? I heard the Christian brother, I wish I could remember his name, white gentleman, say the other day, and I took notes. I was studying him. He's a master teacher. He says, your reaction from authority to criticism and your response to that shows your character. So if you're my elder and you say, son, you need to tighten up, you need to pull your pants up, and I freak out, then it shows flaws in my character. So,
but let me ask you something.
Please.
Is it really their fault, or is it really they've never been taught before?
That's a great question, brother. I think a little bit of both. I think a little bit of both, but it just depends on what city you're in. I think we in our city we have plenty of men that are trying to get back, like Cedric Allen, like Antonio Stevenson, like Postal Rob, Kenny Cocaine, which we're going to ask the brother to eventually change. Well, I don't even say he has to change the cocaine because he's just raw and uncut like that, and a lot of young kids just love that. You
Right,
remember? We remember what we were telling Antonio the other day, like you and you talking about linking him and Shamik up, that our brothers are warriors, our young guys are warriors, so they don't want us throwing them with a wet paper towel. They want to know, give it to them raw, give it to them uncut. I think that's why Charleston White is many people that hate him. There's probably 3 times more that love him.
right, definitely, most definitely. He knows how to relate. He knows how to relate, and he's on time. So if you tell the truth and it's not on time, it's no good. So he's on time.
Right, he is. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and approve some of these invites. Let's just see this real fast. Let's go right there. That's crazy. I can't chew bubble gum and talk at the same time, brother. Yeah. Brother, what a blessing to see you. How has your week been?
Great, exciting, bro. I'm just glad to be above ground.
What does that mean?
Above ground meaning, look, I ain't down there under the earth, and I'm blessed to be here another day to talk to you and talk to this audience we're trying to build.
I have questions. One person says, can you both touch on where you started from, where you are now? For a young male that may be watching, what advice could you give them? What's one thing that has helped you be a better man? I almost know who's asking that. Wow, Catalina, that was a profound question. I'm going to let Azar start on that. You want me to read that question to you again, brother?
Well, that's a great question that the sister brought out. What you say about me being here now? Give me the latter part.
Okay, I'm going to give you the first part. Okay, latter part. It says, well, first part says, can you both touch on where you started from to where you are now? Probably your introduction to life or struggle. And for a young man watching, what advice could you give them? Right. So what advice could you give somebody wherever you started from?
Well, I started from zero, and I started from the bottom just to make it to the bottom. And then, yeah.
Wait. You started from the bottom.
Started from the bottom just to make it to the bottom, meaning I don't know anything. You could take what I know and put it on the head of the pen, so I'm empty so I can get something poured in.
Right.
So I can learn. So I don't think I know everything. Because the moment I say I'm here, so I always try to be humble and see myself as the dumbest person in the room so I can grow and learn something.
Wow, that's profound. Okay. So, now for what about a young male that may be watching? What advice would you give the youngsters?
The advice I would give them is you got 2 ears. Listen, do it so you can listen more and do less talking. Got 1 mouth, 2 ears and 1 mouth. Do more listening and less talking, and you'll learn.
Wow, pretty profound. Third thing, what's one thing that's helped you be a better man today? Yo, we need to get her as a co-host. That whoever her parents are, they're blessed. That's my daughter.
What's one thing that made me a better man?
Yeah, today.
I think the one thing that made me think as a better man is taking responsibility for my actions, not blaming nobody but myself.
Wow. So not the victim culture that's very prevalent in America.
So what?
So not the victim culture that's very prevalent in America right now.
Yeah, I don't come from that victimization, man. Frederick Douglass come off the plantation, man, and he became one of the greatest statesmen and abolitionists and authors that ever been. I mean, wow. If I'm going to take this victimization and lay down in the mud, it's one thing. But if I'm going to take that mud and get the water out of it so it can cleanse my face, that's another.
Wow. Man, I'll be honest with you, brother. I know we've known each other for years, but I love to hear you speak, man. You're always dropping jewels. To answer that.
First of all, it ain't me. Everything I got it from Allah, or I got it from Yahweh, or I got it from whatever deity you want to put on it. I don't know anything. So I just, before I'm always praying because I'm keeping them on my mind. And so whenever I before I get ready to talk, I'm always asking him to guide me and let me get the best that I try to be the best I can. And
Wow.
so I don't know anything, put everything on the edge of a pen and still have room. I'm just humble and just grateful.
Wow. So, Catalina, can you both touch on where you started from? Wow. How do I top that? Maybe I should just let him speak for both of us. Pretty profound.
No, you go ahead, brother.
No, but mine's not that exciting. So I started from zero, and I'm probably below zero now because all jokes aside, I had a rough upbringing. We struggled financially. We were a poor family. We weren't poor in spirituality, but we were poor in finances, right? And where I am now, wow. I would like to say I'm thankful for the position that God has put me in, having a successful business, having a blessed family, children and grandchildren, and just being happy, For a young male that may be watching, what advice could you give them? Follow your dreams, no matter how silly it may seem to other folks. You got to remember when Prophet Muhammad was given the revelation, he doubted himself, so he went to Khadijah. And she said, well, if you tell me it's from God, then I'm the first to believe, right? So there'll be those that say, that's too big for you. Catalina, you can't do a podcast. There's a million podcasts. Who's going to watch your podcast? You can't do music. There's a million people. You can't write a book. Man, if I went with all the can'ts that people have given me, people ask me, Khalil, Spilman, Shawn, why do you have such a drive and determination? I don't know where it comes from. Can you believe years ago I didn't know how to cut down giant trees? I had to hire other people to do it. Then one day said, I'm going to do it myself. And now the Most High has blessed me where people pay me. This is what I do for a living. So for the young male or female, follow your dreams. We're in an age where you can become whatever you want to become. What's one thing that has helped you be a better man today? God, my wife, my children, and like the brother said, responsibility. It is so easy to blame other people. So easy. I'm talking about the man in the mirror, not stealing Michael Jackson's lyrics, but if you listen to it, so profound. Thank you for that wonderful question. The invites are supposed to be going out a little heavier. Let's see. Where are we at? Right there. We got Antonio. And you know what's crazy? We usually don't do Sunday evenings, right? So this is probably a great thing for people. Hey, go ahead and take it over, Azar. Give us something good to think about.
What I want you all to think about is what are you doing with the time that you have? Everybody wants to live to be 100, 101, want to have the best. But when you get up in the morning and whomever you pray to, what are you doing with your time?
Right.
So that God gave you.
Right.
Who are you helping? How many people did you make better?
Right.
So basically I'm just saying, are we living just to live? Are we living just to live? Are we just living to exist?
Wow. Hey, can I throw something out real fast and just give you a shout out real fast? Y'all tune into this. I'm just going to throw this up there for y'all to watch this.
But if you want me to love you, then
this is Azar Muhammad's debut in acting. Watch him. Look at him. Look at him.
Girl, you know I will. Tell it like it is.
Man, that's a nice call.
Don't be ashamed. Let your conscience be your guide.
Look at you. Let me stop you. Why the fedora hat? Why is that such a good look for you, brother?
Because you shot it, brother. You shot it with the drone.
Yeah, but why are you so damn cool with that? Like, my head's too big to wear a fedora hat. Like, y'all look at him again when he pulls back. Let me play it back.
Tell it like it is.
What?
Don't be ashamed. Let your conscience be your guide. But I know deep down inside of me, I believe you love me. Forget your foolish pride. right.
Brother, doesn't that song make you feel like life is peaceful? Like, isn't it so beautiful?
Life is so wonderful when you look at it from the perspective of you could have been gone when you came down the road this morning. What stopped that person from going from one side of the road and smashing you?
Right.
I mean, just you're not in the hospital, you're not sick. You got your family living, you got your beautiful daughters, man. You was blessed to get married. You got a beautiful grandson, man. So, and somebody else is out of here. So that means you got another chance to make it right, because there's not a period at the end of your name now. So you got another chance.
Brother, when you said that, you know who I thought I'd love to get on this show is Imam Khalid Griggs out of Winston. Because you and him, you guys always are putting a reminder back to that which is greater than us, the source. You know, in our time, man, ego is so huge. Why do you think, not just here, but in the West, ego is so, people are so focused on ego. And if you take all of our accomplishments, let's take you, me, and 100 other people we know. Let's say we create the best podcast in the world. 100 years from now, what will it matter?
Now, because you can't take none of it with you. It's ego, like you said. The ego is it's something that'll get you killed if you don't check it. Not killed physically, but to die spiritually.
Right.
To be murdered spiritually. You know, more people kill more people, murder them spiritually than they do physically.
You're right.
Killing the dream, sticking a needle in the brain.
Right.
Telling them they can't do this. People talking to the children any kind of way. Not knowing that what they say to them is going to affect them for the rest of their life, because they haven't taken the time. You know, when a child asks you, say for instance, your mother used to say, not your mom, because you said your mom passed away, but you ever heard people say, I told you to do this, and the child asks you why, and somebody smacks them and say, because I said so. It's the dumbest stuff in the world.
Right.
You didn't answer the child because I said so. So what's left with the child? How can the child wants to know? Hey, why? Just like a teacher giving somebody an F in school and saying that they failed. No, the teacher failed because the teacher failed to teach the child.
Right.
Everything good?
Everything's great, man. I'm just responding to these people that are trying to sign up for the show. It's like trying to be your own secretary while the show's going on. You know, brother, I just think that, you know, it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so overhyped and over sexualized about what we are asking these youth to have to put up with. Now, can I just change up for you a little bit real fast, brother?
Go ahead. That's a Spil with Spilman show, brother. Just go ahead.
Listen to this. This our
suffered in silence. But she would.
Okay, look at this is our brother, y'all. This is Angry Man out of, I think he's still in Raleigh, North Carolina. Altogether over 400,000 subscribers, and his reach is probably a few million. Let's just see what he says and give our commentary. Now, I may have a different perspective. I don't try to play the narrative of man versus woman. Not saying that he does that, but let's see what y'all think.
We just suffered in silence. But she would run and complain to everybody that was willing to listen.
It's called Most Good Men Suffer in Silence.
That's why the men always look so bad. But she never tells her part in it. She never tells how she started it, when she started it, right? But then you find out that she don't want to be with you no more, or you find out she's cheating on you, and then you feel like a jerk. Because every chance you had to cheat, you didn't. You was loyal, faithful. Every chance you had to leave and walk out the door, you didn't. But now, because she's ready to go, now it's time to end it. And you be sitting there looking like a new fool. We just suffered in.
What's your thoughts, brother?
I'm gonna piggyback off you. You go ahead.
I did a short on that, man. First of all, can you give brother the props how he looks, man? He's got the beard, the glasses, always smooth, right? The
Very
fitted hat.
distinguished.
Yeah. And you know what's dope about it? You see his backdrop. You see how nice it is. You hear his audio. You see how rich it is. That is really amazing.
He put that work in.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why he's got a huge following. When you got 400,000 people, anytime you click 400,000 subscribers, they could be anywhere in the world they choose to watch him and subscribe and take their time. That says that his message is reaching someone. And that's on a platform like YouTube. Like he's not on a TV show and then went to YouTube. He built this from the ground up. So
I built this from the ground up.
Right. What's crazy about that, and that name is perfect. That name was actually given to him by the late great Life, one of our brothers, Israel Mills and Amir Bey's brother, and Sanaa and Najah's brother, who passed. Man, Life the legend, phenomenal artist, phenomenal person. May he rest in peace. But he gave that name to Valdez, to the Angry Man, and he stuck with him. And what a catch, his whole look, his whole vibe. But I would say this, I think he's right. He said most good men suffer in silence.
Most men?
Most good men. That's what he said. He said good men. He wanted to qualify that because, some men just go out there and just like they tell the world like they're, but it tends to be, I don't want to say a feminine trait, but it seems to happen a lot by women.
It's a feminine trait.
You think so? Yeah.
Good. My teacher taught me good, better, and best. So he suffers in silence. Most good men, but those who then you got better and best. But a real man is not going to suffer. You're not going to suffer in silence. I'm not going to suffer in silence. Somebody going to know what's up from the gate, but see, it's your aura. See, your child, a male child, a child knows, Catalina child, child knows how we can get away with his mother. He can't do it with you.
Man, what? You're right.
He can't do it with you. Because you're not going to suffer in silence. You're going to get that ad. Either physically or you're going to throw that rod two ways. Either physically or you're going to throw that rod verbally.
Right.
But your daughter, her nature, her feminine nature, when she knows who she is because she's come out. Right. And she knows that part she used to be, so she's separating herself. And now she can't, it's that feminine energy, and he loved that feminine energy. That's why you got to snatch you at a certain time. They say, come on here, boy. Pop got you now.
Right.
So he won't suffer in silence.
Hey, I want to get your intake, man, your input on this one.
Coast Contra, they can't stop us. We signed to God, 4 different prophets. So tell me why we should go Yahweh when we know he brewing in our favor. Jah rule, nigga, y'all lose. Courtesy thinking that y'all made us. Hey, Sus, take us to court. Watch how we turn into King James. We took the crown with no fame.
Watch how we turn into King James. We took the crown with no fame. Yo, have you heard of these cats?
I ain't never heard of them, but now you tapping into an audience of Christian rap, which you can use this podcast to bring them in and bring that brother in. And now you are, when you put God first, you're gonna always be successful.
Listen, they do. Just tell me when there's a point you want to stop at.
They calling us goats before rings. We believe unity gonna save us. We here together like Aunt Davis. Feel like Dwayne, I can't wait. Just pass me the rock, I'm gonna make it. I don't know what's got an enemy. I got love for my enemies. I got Red Bull's energy. Keep my wings on me, spirit.
I got Red Bull's.
So how do you get a hard-headed, stiff-necked, rebellious person to listen to that?
That's a great question. He said, I got Red Bull's energy because this is sponsored by Red Bull. Wow.
Khalil.
I think, you know how the drum attracts melanated people. It attracts black people. The drum is powerful. It attracts a lot of people, but the drum, Professor Griff teaches on that. But
right.
Yeah.
Right, it does. But if he came out with that right there, most of the people are not ready for that because they're not booted up to it. You have to boot them up to it. They're not ready because they don't know right from wrong. They don't know good from bad. They don't know a damn. They don't know the forest. They can't see the forest for the trees because nobody never taught them.
Right.
So it's like Stevie Wonder sin for the first time.
Right.
And he's been blind for 40 years. He just can't all of a sudden take the glasses off and do it's gonna kill him. He got to do it bit by bit. So you got to introduce it to them. You got to introduce your audience to them a little bit at a time. If you don't, it'll kill them. You can't give a baby meat till you give him applesauce.
Seriously, from the jump, he was finicky. I done read Bull's energy. Enough is enough. We calling your bluff. Pull your card. You ain't got a king. Rookie. What's next? Why would I tell you this chess? Queen Gambit, how I move. Always put myself in position for checks. Mating with the baddest piece on the west. You know the drug, then you know she a threat. Know the coast, then you know we up next. You know I plugged, then you know that we blessed. God got us, we don't got it finesse. 777's how I hit the connect. Different angle when the angel invests. Master Chief, I got this halo effect. I move from east to west. I show you the recipe. I learned at the restaurant. Cooking with Chef Felice, so now my juice is up a echelon. I want a lot. I want the cream of the crop. I done gave all that I got. How could I not wanna be bigger than Pac? All of this faith that I got. Nigga, I done slept them times, the car a few times, and wouldn't leave until I wrote my best rhymes. I test my own drive, my soul is Teflon, so work the next time we see who next up.
Yo soy el niño de oro, me encantan los coros y nunca demoro. Shitting on these niggas, got them pissed off without inodoro. Si no estás hablando money, te ignoro. Dime dónde estabas cuando estuve solo, ya no me enamoro. Algo más que todo, sabes que te cobro un poco caprichoso, pero soy. Toma una foto porque somos pocos. De donde yo vengo no salen muchos, te lo juro. Yo sé que la vida no es justa porque es una lucha. Y no te confundas porque me ves en tu pantalla. Pense que no me han tocado temporadas malas. Que ellos se prestan la ropa, el estilo, la música y piensan que yo me lo creo. Me río y le mando fumar lo bonito y lo feo. Lo que fumo lo huele desde lejos. Sé que llegué tarde pero es mi tiempo. Ando tranquilo, este es mi tempo. Soy el evento, tráeme el pollo y me como los huesos. Esto se pone sabroso como el sancocho de mi condón.
Man, he killed it. For the sake of keeping our people focused, listen. What you think about this, bro? He came in Spanish and started killing it.
Heavy.
Listen, these guys, they I've watched them on few different things. 1 second, I got an inbox. Watched them on a few of their freestyles, right? This one was actually was sponsored by Red Bull, and they're amazing. Hey, listen, I got an inbox message that says, with Rashid Bey, they asked a question that I don't know if I can answer. Sister, I'll have to get back with you on that question. I'll inbox him. Is he on a circuit? Is he doing tours? I don't think so. I think he's more just involved in the city. I think he's in New York still, just more involved in that city and his scholarly work there. He's a professor. So, yeah, I don't think he's doing a circuit like you would think with Dr. Umar or anybody that's on a circuit where they're traveling and sharing their story and advice and lecturing. Dr. Umar says that he is the prince of Pan-Africanism. That's what he said. But he said he is, I don't want to paraphrase, the head or the leader of Black consciousness today. Is that fair to say when we have a man that's been on that track for 60 years?
You know, a man can say whatever he wants to say.
Right.
He has that right to say what he wants to say. Now, whether you believe it or not, that's up to you and me. But he has that right. Who am I to say within his own mind he's not, even though I may agree or disagree, but it's so trivial till it really doesn't mean anything to me at all. He's my brother first.
Do you think that the podcasting and the whole consciousness movement, not just that, just Do you think a lot of these guys are like the rappers, or just trying to be the best one with the best game, best lyricist, best ego?
Yes, because if you're just doing podcasts and you're not going out there actually putting your hands, putting them boots on the ground. See, if you seek money first before you seek to clean your people up, that's why I said seek the kingdom first, and all this righteousness will be added unto you. Right? You don't seek nothing but the kingdom. This is the son. This is the king of your dome. So you seeking to go get the people first and bring them to the Lamb of God. First of all, to bring them to him, not the money, because he'll give you all that. But you got to go change, get these people boots ground. It's what you seeking after first. You want money? You want fame? Hell, Satan will give you that.
You said Satan will give you that.
Yeah, Satan will give you all that.
Isn't that the truth?
But that's what I'm living for money?
Right.
For cars, for women? Or do I want to live, or go down in a legacy? Or I helped the wino that was on the street with the sign last week. Now I went to the church and he was preaching. Now he done changed himself so somebody else can look at him and say, damn, he was on 40 preaching with one leg last week.
Wow.
Now look at it. But do I just want to go around saying, I'm the greatest there ever been, you know, I'm a podcaster, you know what I mean? I got 45 million followers. See that word I? The Holy Quran said we. Don't never say I, it's we.
Wow.
I, the moment I say I, that's just like Satan's Iblis saying I'm better than you. Because I'm black, I'm white, I'm better, I'm more handsome. Only the ones who are better are the ones who's careful in his or her duty to God.
Right. Hey, brother, I really want to get Zigzag on here one day.
Huh?
I really want to get Zigzag on here. Yeah. What's up with Shamik? How's he doing?
I was doing well. I'll try to get him hooked up with Antonio Stevenson so he can go in and teach them brothers how to fight.
You think Shamik still got it?
Oh, ain't no thing to it. I'll just tell you, I like bring him to the school. I want the baddest one to pull up. The baddest 3.
Well, you think he can handle 3 people now?
I know he can. I seen him handle 5 people in the circle. Told me to get back. Clack, clack, clack. He said, just watch.
Hey, the thing about him, like, he's a master at, like, you know, when you watch the Steven Seagal movies, we know that's just acting. But whatever you put out against Shamik, it's getting broke. It's getting dismantled. It's getting hurt so bad that you're either going to run or you're not going to be able to use that hand again unless you're like a trained boxer, you know, a throw and come back. But if you commit with a power punch or trying to do something like that, might be a little. Yeah.
Can you imagine Shamik, yourself, and I go to one of the baddest schools in Winston, and we're trying to talk to him, and you know, he said, okay, what's the baddest one of y'all? Come up here. And once he folds the baddest one of them, he ain't gonna hurt him. He gonna get all the rest of them, right? Instantly.
Right.
Because that's what warriors respect. Warriors respect warriors.
Yes,
you can't get no, you gotta, that's the only way you can get a person's attention now. Because you gotta know how to speak to the youth now. Right. So you're dealing with a generation of the most, the worst in society, but they're the best.
Wait. Say that again.
You're dealing with the worst, but they are the best if they're given the proper guidance.
Right. Oh, I thought you meant that the dumbest are now looked at as celebrities, because I was to say the dumbest people, you know, the people that do this dumbest stuff. Because that's
that's another way to look at it. Right is wrong. I mean, wrong is right. The right turn is wrong. You go to left turn, you're right. So everything is backwards because it's a dumbing down. Everything is dumbed down.
Wow.
While we sit around in the mosque, in the schools, in the cathedrals, wherever, and think that the people coming. No, they're not coming there. You got to go to them. They're not coming.
Right.
That's over. They hate religion.
You said they hate it.
They hate it because they saw what it did to their mamas them. They
Right.
saw, they know game. Most people are it's game with most people. You know it's game. Pass the
Right.
plate, then hell. With them $1,000 line, the $50 line, the $800 line. Come on, brother. How long the never-ending building fund?
Right.
You tell me if I'm wrong. We got 400 churches in Winston, Greensboro, High Point. Hell, every time you empty out a garage, they put a church there.
So it's because everybody loves God, or they realize that as a business they can.
You got to know who God is first, right?
Right, but like a lot of people get into churches for the money and not being taxed.
The churches, the mosque, the synagogue. Don't leave them out. The cathedral.
But is there? Let's talk about that in the Black community. Is there any money in having a mosque?
Is any money where?
And having a mosque, because most Muslims are cheap. Once they leave Christianity at 10%, it's hard to get a dollar out of them. At least speaking for the Black Muslims, man, they cheap as hell when it comes to giving to the mosque. How do I know? 30 years of being a Muslim, man. Had to watch the foreign brothers and sisters finance everything. The locals from America got so many damn excuses. They leave the church where they gave 10%. They come to the mosque, they talk good game, don't build anything. You hear me?
That's how it is, because they see everybody else asleep, so they're going to sleep too.
Man, listen.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Let me tell you something. Years ago, may he rest in peace, Brother Yusuf and a few of us used to be out in the community very actively, right? And we'd come in the mosque, and some of these brothers were such scholars. They were so smart that they were dumb. Somebody's outside the mosque starving, but they can't go out and feed them. Somebody needs to protect the sister, but they're reading the Quran, they're reading Hadith. They won't take their asses in the streets because they're cowards. Why? They're cowards. You know what I mean?
Say it again. Say it again.
They're cowards. Man, listen.
Not only are they cowards, they scared. They're afraid.
The brothers that had the clean records and were the great lecturers and scholars would stay in the mosque like the women folk. As a matter of fact, the women folk were more gangster, right? So may my brother Yusuf Suggs rest in peace. Beautiful brother. May Hanif rest in peace. Some of these brothers have aged, and Allah has called them back to that. But wow, I'm going to talk to Wake Forest. I have never received, well, that's not true. Wake Forest paid me quite a bit when I did. I did Maya Angelou's series, The Cocktails and Conversations, right?
Brother, great. But this is what I want to say to you while I got it on my mind. You remember Fame? What is it? Foaming at the mouth?
Yes, sir.
Now imagine all of those people, because I saw those tapes. I can see them in my head.
Oh, it's
Waka
coming.
Flocka.
Yeah.
Wild as a damn.
Wow.
Wild as a bug. Like every drug that you can name. And then all of a sudden he switches. You get Walker now, pull up his picture and say, Walker, where the hell was you at? What was you smoking? What was you drinking? How did you change from that to now? That's how you get the youth.
Right.
That's how you get the youth. They are saying, so you got to show them something. You can't tell them nothing. So you could tell us something and don't show us nothing. We were fine, but not these people.
Right.
They're different generations. Every generation gets wickeder and wiser.
Right.
Your little grandson, how old is he?
2.
He's really 8.
Right.
He's not 2. He's 8 years old. If you don't believe it, ask him something, and y'all have a problem at the house, and ask him why he don't solve the problem.
Right. That's crazy that you said that. Right. You're absolutely right about that, brother, because they're so brilliant. Hey, speaking of this, let me just share this with you. Speaking of Waka Flocka, we Man, this you're gonna laugh, brother, because I was still rocking the Beijing, right? Oh my God, I was still rocking the Beijing, but anytime they would come into town, I'd link up with them. They're real humble, and because of them, other people, really looked at the foaming at the mouth thing and really came through. And we're nice to us based on my relationship with Walker. You remember at one time he was the hottest thing going, right?
I go hard in the paint.
Right. Tell me that song wasn't crazy.
His mama, Deb Anthony, man, look what she's done. You gotta get on the show.
We gotta get that, man.
You gotta get Deb Anthony. She'll come, brother. She that tight.
Man, she's so down to earth, brother.
Deb Anthony will come.
Right. You know what? You're right about that. And speaking of that, I think that, what she did with her, just the whole thing she's done with her life and her story and how much she's been through, brother. Can we say how much she's been through?
Oh, my God. Do you know who her brother is?
Who?
Her brother used to be with Supreme McGriff. He used to be with Run DMC back in the day.
Right.
He came up. What's that brother's name, man?
What brother's name?
Oh, my God. Deb Anthony's brother, man. He's a big time drug dealer. He used to be with the Supreme team.
Right on top of my. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I can't.
Light-skinned brother.
With the freckles, yeah.
With the freckles.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah. I don't know, but I watched that interview on Drink Champs. Big shout out.
He was with Run DMC, man. It's a picture with him with the little fedora he had on. Right. And he would Run DMC back in the day. Man, what's that guy's name, man?
Don't get me
with
lying.
The freckles. Anybody out there in the audience know? Yeah, but Deb Anthony, she brought Nicki Minaj along after Fendi came introduced, but Deb Anthony, she took her to another height. And she was saying that how she loved Nicki and Nicki didn't do her right.
I'm gonna say this, brother. I know about that story because Israel and I were doing the Foaming at the Mouth DVD when Fendi was doing the come up. Fendi had a lot better connections than we did at the time.
Let's just save it when we get. I want you to get Deb. You can get Deb.
Okay, cool. We'll get into that. Yeah, but listen, let me pull this up for old time's sakes.
Foaming out the mouth, nigga.
We fucked with you heavy. Fuck those haters, man.
Hit squad all nigga wanna throw balls.
Hey, yo, we got you on YouTube last time. 600,000. We appreciate the love. Look how old this footage was, bro. We don't want to show all of them. I'm just going to give the clip. Look how wild this was. Look what they got in their hand. Look what he got in his hand. You see what he got in his hand right there?
What's that?
That's our DVD. We were like the Smack DVD out the South. Look, he got the phone in the mouth. Look, right there. Look.
Yeah, I see it.
Some Crips were throwing bottles at Walker. They're throwing up their set. Sound like gunshots. Watch, it's about to go down.
Walker high on his mind. Blow.
Sound like shots. Everybody started running. There's bottles. And I'm filming the whole time. I'm telling the ladies, go. I want them to...
You got to get Walker, man. You got to get with Dale.
Hey, listen, this is the point where you're gonna see a part where Fred, right here, look. That's Fred. Right? This is whole 9 security getting Fred out. May Fred rest in peace. Everybody in Winston-Salem knows the tragic event that took place. May the young lady rest in peace. Look at the security. Look at Big New York, our Muslim brother. Look how strong Fred was. Look. This is Fred right here.
Big New York.
You see Big New York? New York was such a good guy, man. We're just gonna get to the.
We love you out here in North Carolina, but like the
Look how skinny I was, brother. Oh my God,
Man, I thought you was Paul Wall.
Yeah, that's my son. No, that's
Paul Wall.
Yeah, Paul Wall. Matter of fact, he might just age better. I don't think he let his hair go gray. But anyways,
like the first time we got you in Club Touch, you know, we seen you jump on.
I won't get all the story away. They can check it out. But listen, just at the end, he give us the.
You want to read, nigga? It's different when you come face to face.
This is 2 million views. Right, this is 2 million views. This simple video right here. Then another foaming at the mouth video we got of him fighting in the club was 10 million. Waka Flocka. If I knew how to monetize, then I would have made money off these videos. But we had.
Well, you can bring it back and show him then and now, and put it on TikTok. And get 10 million votes.
Right.
So when you finish watching that internet shit, nigga, shit like that, bitch. How the fuck I'm making dollars a nigga disrespecting me, nigga? And I can't reach you. Fuck you think we Scorpion, nigga? So you get over there, you lame man, nigga? That shit ain't gangsta, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Foaming up his fucking mouth. Foaming up his fucking mouth.
Yo, look, that's him on the foaming at the mouth. TV, that's one of them, volume 3. Yo, man, listen. Azar Muhammad.
You got to go back and get him, brother.
Let's do it, brother.
You got to go back and get him. He's got to reach out to his people today, man, and just say, hey, I want to talk to you. She's very down there. Man, what's that brother's name, man? What's her brother's name?
Don't get me lying, brother. Hold on, let me see. We're gonna have a research analyst, on the show.
Dang. You know, Deb, man, she was out there, man. Deb was selling drugs at a young age, bro. I was listening to her before. Very smart, very intelligent. Kick the door down. Female, kick the door down. Hated on by a lot of people. She kicked those doors down, brother, and made it. Brought Gucci out. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to find it, but okay. Does anybody know the brother's name? Wow, that's right. I remember Waka Flocka's brother got killed. Yeah. God. KO Red. Wow, listen, man. We really got to get that forum going on. Not this week, but the following week. What we got to do to save these babies.
Save them babies.
It's a different time now, brother. These young kids are going out here just doing these open, stupid shootings for no reason, just because it's exciting to them. Remember how you were when you were young? You know, you liked conflict or war or whatever, but you had a level of morality to it. You knew how to focus it on people that may have been in the game or that were wanting that lifestyle. It wasn't just dumb stuff and open season on anybody. That's crazy.
Let me ask you something. God is in control of everything, good and bad, right?
Yes, sir.
So why you think he's allowing this? By his permissive will. Why is he allowing it to be like it is right now? Ask anybody out there in the audience that want to tackle that question. He make good and he make evil. So why is he allowing these circumstances? Why are you allowing these people to be so wild killers?
You know, the wisdom is sometimes don't answer. I don't know. I'm not trying to avoid your question. My limited knowledge would have me say for everything negative, it can push a certain group or group of people or individual or society into a positive. Can I give you an example? A tragedy can push people into something positive where think about this. Sorry, I'm texting this baby back. I'll give you a prime example. Let's say for Damar Hamlin, right? He was the NFL player that went into cardiac arrest. Negative, stressful. I was watching the game, and I remember people were like, "Oh, is the game going to go on?" They kept putting it off and putting it off 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Then everybody started praying. I witnessed a nation praying for this young man, and then he recovered. But what's crazy about it, that whole story in itself has got some hidden information. Well, not hidden information. Some people just showed interviews where they asked him questions and he was kind of reluctant to answer certain questions. But I'll give you that prime example. So sometimes things bad happen to awaken the people. That's my understanding. What is yours, sir?
Mine is so he can prove he God. So look at this. He take the worst situations in the world when the people say, shit, ain't no helping them. It's over for them. It's like looking at a baseball game. A man has struck out 3 times in a row.
Right.
So the coach lets him go up again, bases loaded. If he hits it, he can win. People get up. It's the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th. So everybody start getting up and start leaving. But when they get ready to get to the top, they figure he hits a home run. So that's how God does it. He takes the worst situation in the world, cleans it up, and say, I told you I was God. I take the worst situations in the world, and I am going to prove to you I'm God because I'm so just. I have to give you a champion and an opponent. I have to do that. So that's how he proved who he is.
Right.
He want to see not only you talking about God, people talk about God, this, God, that, good, that, and then when they leave their job, lose their job, or their wife die, their daughter die, they start questioning God. It's like Moses and the wise men in the Holy Quran. Every time the man got ready to do something, he asked him what he was doing and why he was doing instead of trusting him.
Do you like this solo thing when you start talking and it just shows you? Hey, I tell you what, you might want to get some earbuds. Is there a reason why you're having a hard time hearing me? Because my audio on this end and other people can hear it.
It's just not as high as it's been, but other than tonight, it's always been. I can hear you extremely well, loud.
Oh, okay.
But circumstances, you just have to go with the flow and do the best you can and work it out because every day ain't gonna be the same all the time.
Do you like how
deal with it?
Do you like how we're able to put like this? Let's give you like when you're talking. There you go. I'm learning, brother.
Yes, sir. You're learning as you go, but that's why God takes situations, man, that the worst situations in the world. He wants the worst. He can't use. He's always looking for. He can always come for the worst. He don't come for the best. He wants the worst. Despised, the rejected, and the downtrodden. I take first place. Hard-headed, stiff-necked, rebellious. I take first place. That's the only way he can't prove who he is. Because nobody don't believe who he is until he take the worst people.
Right.
Listen.
You're right about that.
10 years ago, when you was in the club wilding, did you think you'd be where you at now?
Oh.
20 years ago, when you was wilding, when you was smacking people, when you was doing the stuff that you was doing, the stuff you did, did you think you could make it?
Right.
Oh, not just ask you, ask the people. Yeah, ask your aunts and them. They were saying, then they used to tell you, man, you need to slow down.
Right. They did. You're right. They did.
But your mama prayed for you. Right. And he heard, see, God don't have to answer us. He don't have to answer us talking about he forgive. He forgive who he wants to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got some type of past to say God gonna forgive. He forgive who he wants to forgive and chastise who he wants to chastise. Just because I don't like you, that don't mean if he love you, I better leave you alone. So we think we can buy our way into heaven. I got plenty of money. I'm the town council. I'm the president. I can buy my way in.
Right.
No, you won't.
You said you won't, huh?
You won't buy your way in. You won't get in unless he lets you in. And I'm gonna have to. The whole Quran says some of them that don't even supposed to be there. I'm gonna have to pull them from the fire. I'm gonna probably have to pull from the fire. I'm gonna have to be pulled from the fire, bro. Because it ain't what we do, it's what we think.
Why do you think you'll be pulled from the fire?
Huh?
Why do you think you'll be pulled from the fire?
No, I said I'm gonna have to be pulled from the fire. Because that's how crazy and stiff-necked and rebellious I am.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna have to be one who's gonna have to pull from the fire. See, it's I can tell somebody else a lie, but I can't lie to myself.
Right.
All of us know what we're dealing with. You know what you're dealing with in the dark. All of us got skeletons in our closet.
That's true, brother. So it's like, how do we really get into, like judging other people, man? And
We
really,
can't.
Like,
I mean,
condemning other people.
We can only judge people like you told, like you said a little while, just like your like your knowledge is, like you were saying about how that you wasn't no Putin-tane. And we can't do nothing. It's God's Christian says the God's grace and mercy.
Right.
See, we can't do nothing, brother. It's totally up to him. It ain't up to me and you. The thing we got to do is stop worrying about it and go do the work. See, I got to work some of my sins off. Hey, because my sins, people's sins have reached unto heaven.
I'm listening to you, brother.
Yeah, so I got to work some of mine off. I don't know about nobody else. I don't know about the holy ones out there that they got a seat. But I know I got to go to work.
They got a what you say they have?
They got them a special seat, you know. Got the special seat because they wear the big hat.
Crazy.
You know, I'm ready. They got people calling them on YouTube. I saw this guy on YouTube, man. It was people. He had a telephone in his hand, and he was telling the people to give me $300-400, and he'll call God and let him talk to him.
Say that again.
The man had a telephone in his hand, and he had a line from here to Winston-Salem.
Man, stop.
Listen,
playing.
and he says, "You want to talk to God? Give me 100. Give me 500." Don't you know that was getting him the money? He said, "Let me talk to him. Listen to him."
Stop playing.
Some of them he had eating grass. They was eating grass on the ground.
Where was this guy from? Where is he from?
He was from Africa.
Oh,
He was from Africa. I think he was in Nigeria.
I wonder why the Africans, a lot of them, not all of them, but it's very prevalent in their country where they get ripped off, man. Talking about coming from the motherland and the cradle of civilization, you'd think that there'd be a conscious level, but with all the attacks from the outside and the in and the whitewashing, man, African people, when I watch stuff on YouTube and I speak to people online, there's a big following of people, the Christian preachers that just hustle them.
Where you think they got it from?
I don't know. Teach me.
I can tell you exactly where they got it.
Who?
The United States of America. They got front seat looking at it. And you got some hell of a ripoff artists in the United States of America. The great Satan. Let's jump off another subject right quick. My man said they're going to arrest him Tuesday.
Arrest who?
Donald Trump said he think they're going to arrest him Tuesday.
Why? For what?
For the stuff you haven't seen it, brother. You been looking at the news?
Man, I've been watching it all.
Trump said they're going to arrest him Tuesday, I think. And he told his people to come out.
Why are they so afraid of him? The people to be, the powers.
If the United States is telling me not to do something, then I'm going to do it. See, Donald Trump has been made to be the boogeyman.
I've never seen a president step into office and say this to China.
Right. Because he taxing them all. So if he taxes China, brother, if you've been running a damn game for 50 to 100 years, and all of a sudden I said, well, I'm going to tax these people. Now I'm cutting your money off.
No, but you know, yeah, every other president has bowed to China. Like, literally, like, I was just like scratching my chin in my head, like.
But you know who they're bound to. You know who they're bound to. We know who they're bound to.
Right. Right. Hey, listen, I just want to give you this, get your commentary on this.
So what you gonna do when you get out of here, cat day?
Oh no, dog. Just trying to live it one day at a time.
Hey, doesn't this beat go so dang hard?
I hear you talking, man. Live it one day at a time. It ain't nothing but a thing, though, bro.
Yeah, I hear you, fool. Well, let me get up out of here. My ride out here waiting for me.
All right, cat.
Man,
Take it easy,
get
baby.
it, Scarface.
Peace.
Get it. Get it.
He greets his father with his hands up, rehabilitated slightly. Glad to be the man's child.
That's
the world is
storyteller.
different since he's seen it last.
Scarface.
I'd have been 7 years, and he's happy that he's free at last. All he had was his mother's letters. Now he's mobile, and he's gotta make a change and make it for the better. But he's black, so he's got one strike against him. And he's young, plus he came up in the system. But he's smart, and he's finally making 18. And his goal's to get on top and try to stay clean. So he's calling up his homie who came up, living lavish. Now they dealing with the same stuff, and had that attitude that who he was worth lame. And with that fucked up attitude, he killed his first man. Now it's different, he did dirt, and realized killing it meant coming up, but it still hurt. And can't nobody change.
Guess what year it is?
It's 1994.
1994, and we up against the same shit.
And we up against the same shit. I never understood why I could never see a man cry till I seen a man die.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, it's going down.
Till I seen a man die.
It's going down. The Spil with Spilman, co-host Azar Muhammad. Yo, what?
Imagine life at its full peak. Then imagine lying dead.
Hey, cut it for 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
So, I never seen a man cry till a man die. People don't cry until you go to a damn funeral. They give you roses, pour liquor on the grave, do all kinds of crazy stuff. The Bible said rejoice when they die and cry when they're born. But we do the opposite.
Profound.
All these people say they love Tupac and Biggie. They're damn lie. When Tupac and Biggie was here, they didn't give a damn about it.
Nipsey Hussle, same thing.
They lying. We
Right,
taught to worship the dead. We worship werewolves and vampires and shit.
Right. I'll give you a prime example, right? About giving flowers to people. Let's use it. Let's just pick anybody that may have died, whether it be an artist or someone locally. Think about this concept. Let's just make up a name. Let's say Joe Blow dies in High Point, North Carolina. He has family members all over the country. They got to go spend, what is it, 6,000 to 10,000, 12,000 just for the burial, right? Then the funeral, then the procession, then all this. People fly in. So maybe $100K to $200K, maybe $300, $400K. Think about it. Airplane tickets, suits, $25, maybe $40 for t-shirts with his picture on it. What if we just said, while this person is live, let's all give a portion of that at one time? You know what that does for a person's financial state? But we wait till they die, and then we fly in and act like we love them.
But that's the way we've been taught. That's a business. It's a business. It's a business. It's a business.
But the people can come up. I mean, see, and we don't lose. See, Israel Mills says on his channel, y'all check out my brother Israel Mills. That is ISRAEL space MILLZ. Check out the Angry Man and Toxic Avengers. Israel Mills says there's enough room for everyone. He was talking about podcasting and speaking. Sometimes the podcast game is almost looked at like the rap game now. Everybody's like, am I going to be the best? Are people going to like me? Listen, we understand what we have as a gift, and we understand the slow walk, right? You and I, when we speak behind the scenes.
You like you, I like me, so that's enough.
Man, listen, I can talk. Listen, I'm fascinated with our conversations, but listen, we have so many heavy hitters coming. They're coming. They're already on the list. And I'm like, yo, how is this happening so fast, right? So, you know, but Israel Mills says it's enough for everybody. The abundance mentality. Because the podcast is the new rap game.
You see how much bread, you see how much, go in Walmart and see how many loaves of bread on the shelf from different brands.
Whole bunch.
Look how many different honeys on there. That don't matter. It's enough for everybody. There's 7 billion people on the planet. All we need is 1 million people.
Let's go for 10. Let me get you back.
1 billion people on the planet, man. 7 billion.
Imagine peace on this earth when there's.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were finishing. I'm sorry.
You like Scarface, don't you?
Man, do I?
Scarface is that's no. Where you think Tupac got it from? Where you think Too Short got it from? That's all Scarface. Those his children.
Well, Too Short was been out for a long time.
But Too Short was out with he was out with the same time Scarface was out. Them boys buddies.
Yeah, they've been OGs plugging at it.
Too Short a bad brother. He made 9 albums in 9 years. Remember that song? I made 9 albums in 9 years. Too Short.
Imagine
from the Bay.
On this earth, there's no peace.
San Jose.
Everybody's got a different way of ending it. And when your number comes for souls, then they send it in. Now your time has arrived for your final test.
Who's your top 5, man? Give me your top 5 rappers.
How much longer will it be till it's all done? Total darkness at ease.
Give me your top 5 rappers.
I'll watch him die, and when he dies, let us.
I got you. Top 5, man. I've been.
Give me your top 5 right now.
Oh my God! Always put me on the spot.
It's up to you, man. They're your top 5.
I know, but it always changes. My top 5 will change. You've asked me that before. Busta Rhymes has to be 1. Rick Ross has to be 1. Nas has to be 1. Rakim. Karis 1. Yeah, what about you?
So you mean to tell me Rick Ross can handle Guru, Wise Intelligence, Special Ed,
Listen,
MC Light, Queen Latifah?
To me, Rick Ross is so great because
what about LL Cool J? You think he can handle LL Cool J? What happened to him?
Listen, I think Rick Ross can handle. Listen, brother, I think Rick
no,
Ross,
hell no.
Hold on now. Let's get into it. I'm about to show you why. I'm about to prove this point to you. Ready? You ready for this? Okay, listen. I'm going to put the camera on myself. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Why I think that Rick Ross is probably in the top 5 rappers. For me, rapper has a lot to do with lyrics, has a lot to do with the whole package, the whole presentation. How are you shaping the culture? How do people feel about you? Are you believable? I don't give a damn if he was a damn CO. I'd rather a man go from a CO to an artist than an artist to a cop. Because 80% of these rappers are cops. They snitches. Come on now. You're going to get that fire under my feet. They punks. They thieves. They killers of the community. They bitches. Are we allowed to say that on channel? Listen, I'm telling you. So, Rick Ross is as good or not better of an actor than Denzel Washington. Why? He was a broke correctional officer that made you think that he was a kingpin selling dope off the iPhone.
That's fine. I concur with everything you're saying, but can he handle LL Cool J?
Hell yes.
LL Cool J?
Yes. Listen,
G-Rap?
Listen, any of
G-Rap?
Listen, any of them. Any of them. Okay, I'm going to give you a prime example, brother.
I ain't taking nothing against Rick Ross. I love him, but he's not authentic like my brothers I'm naming.
Oh,
he's not in that category of LL Cool J.
Hold on, brother. He's amazing. I'm about to show you some justice. Watch.
Put the camera back on you so I can see your expressions now.
Hold on now. I'm trying to hide it. Hold on real fast. Let me get on there. Hey, that's
But if that's
what,
your man, and then you know,
no,
you like that, whatever. But my top 5, KRS-One, Rakim Allah, Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, Big Daddy Kane's phenomenal.
Big Daddy Kane, wise, intelligent,
Right.
Rakim Shabazz.
Right. Listen, let me tell you something.
Rick Ross, I can understand he came, but once you listen to the best rap ever, and KRS-One, I put him up against any rapper.
Right.
This man went underground, man. He ain't got he don't have no machine. He been in the order. He been for damn near 50 years. He's still relevant.
Right.
He ain't got no machine, man.
I agree.
The man, I cut my teeth on him, man. He's responsible for half of the brothers. He's responsible for a lot of brothers in the 5%. He's responsible for a lot of brothers in the nation.
Oh yeah, he
brought a lot of brothers in. Now, I wish I could have met his teacher, Scott LaRock.
Oh, DJ Scott LaRock, yeah, man. What are you talking about? Besides my brother SCOTT, I just laugh because no one can
defeat me. This brother, my philosophy on the industry.
Man,
when I heard him, and you know who my favorite rap group of all time is?
Who?
Chuck D, Public Enemy.
Man, you ain't ready for no Chuck D. What?
Welcome to the Terror Dome.
What?
Hey, come on and jam. That's my joint. I played it to the tape snap. Then I went and taped it back. I went crazy when I heard Chuck D. Chuck D, Flavor Flav, he made Flavor Flav like he was the minstrel, so he could get their attention. Then he had Griff on there with the S1Ws.
Right.
I picked Griff. We picked Griff up one day and brought him to Greensboro. Griff is a very down-to-earth brother. He's trained with Shamik.
Oh, yeah. Who hasn't, man? Shamik's legendary. Listen, but
so look here, man. Let's wrap it up in about 10 minutes. I'm going to go in here and get some shut-eye. And that's all I do is think about all day at work about getting free. I got to get free.
Oh, my God. I got you, brother.
I got to get free.
All right, I got you, brother. Let me say this, you're a phenomenal person, man. I love what we're doing.
All praise is due to Allah.
Now, let's
man can't take praise. You know that, don't you?
Right.
Man can't take praise, right? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. But Trump says he's going to jail Tuesday. He wants to go to jail.
Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what year was this? Oh, yeah. The Spil with Spilman, Azar Muhammad, the craziest guy on the internet. Go. A number, another summer.
Sam with a funky drummer. Yo, Khalil. Check this out. Why do you think that they went from conscious rap and neutralized it with gangster rap?
Well, I think enough people gave their opinions on that and their understanding of it, like Kool Moe Dee with the clip you sent.
No, but I ain't never heard it from you though.
Well, I thought the same thing, man. Like, black consciousness and consciousness was just spreading like crazy. Like we're gonna get back to this video and just look at like S1Ws, Nation of Islam, like Zulu Nation, like a time where people were wearing Malcolm X shirts and just proud to be black and trying to live a better life and trying to be a better community. So
why wouldn't somebody want somebody to be better?
Because the devil changed his nature for the reason fear of a black planet, like Chuck D said. When you start understanding science and just how people intermingle and travel, that if you get a group of people that are as strong and as gifted as black people, and they start being unified, I don't think any group of people will ever be unified. That's why there has to be a villain, because the villain, back to our question earlier, if you just put black people by themselves and there was no outside negative force, somebody's going to create a negative energy somewhere, just the way we're all wired, right? But in America, I think why they did that to derail the movement was because it was powerful. Young kids are learning knowledge of self or other spirituality and just starting to question everything. And if you don't have a dumb population, it's hard to control them. So you have an intelligent population that's starting to realize, oh man, look how great our people are. We did this. And then all of a sudden
that's great. So
you change
look at it like Dr. Claude Anderson said.
Oh, he's out of Winston-Salem, Dr. Claude.
Claude Anderson?
Yeah, Trey 4, yeah.
Man, got to get him.
Oh,
you're dealing with racism, you're dealing with resources.
Right. But listen, you're right. So, but look at this. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the beat, the drum that black people so like and so love, and we're going to put some bullshit behind it. Don't get me wrong, all the groups coming out like the NWA, and they were telling what they see, because even when all this positivity going on with the Public Enemy movement, all this powerful black groups that were helping each other, people know that the hood was still never safe. So there is an element that people have to be honest about. But I will say this. Let this speak for itself.
Hey, give it what you're getting. Know what I knowin'. While the black man's sweating in the rhythm I'm rolling. Gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey.
There's the answer right there. Gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need.
Well, check this out. Who is he asking to give us what we want?
The system, but
do you think the white man is responsible for freeing us? We got to free our damn self.
True. So you have
he can't free us. Why would we want somebody that's our enemy to free us? We got to free ourselves, brother.
Right.
Got to give us what we're going. Got to give us what we need. I think he got to be talking about us. We got to do it ourselves. Well, ain't nobody else responsible for cleaning us up but us.
Well, let's get Chuck D on the show.
Yeah, he got to be saying that. I got to give us what we want. Got to give us what we need. He's got to be talking about us. He ain't that dumb to be saying that the white man is going to teach us who we are, and so he can get himself out of the way. Not the color of his skin, but his mindset.
Here we go. Let's see what he says.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power.
We got to fight the powers that be. So he's talking about himself. He ain't talking about somebody else for him.
I believe he's talking about someone else. The structure. We're gonna get him on the show, okay?
Yeah.
Look at Griff. Look at the S1W. Terminator X.
We got to pump the stuff to make it tough. From the heart, it's a start, a work of art to revolutionize, make a change, something strange. People, we are the same.
No, we're not the same because we don't know the game. What we need is awareness. You can't get careless.
Say, what is this? Ever loving.
Let's get down to business, mental self-defense of fitness. Don't let the show. You got to start to let you know. To make everybody see. In order to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. 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 Fight the power.
Get it, Griff. Get it. That's what get it.
We got to fight the powers that be.
Could you imagine the energy, what it was like that day? Yo, could you imagine the energy and what it was like that day, brother?
Fight the power. Wow.
Fight the power. Azar Muhammad says it has to be, he's referring to black people cleaning up themselves. I think he's talking about the system to be fight the power. Let's mark this date, whatever today it is. Within 30 to 45 days, this will be a goal. let's get Chuck D on this show. Will you text me right now to reach out to Chuck D and his people, and we'd love to get him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, in closing, is there anybody you would love to see us interview? Please hit us up on that. Azar Muhammad, would you like to give your closing thoughts?
Bro, we got to go get Chuck D and bring him on the show and ask him personally, Chuck D, when you said that, who were you talking about? Were you talking about us freeing ourselves? Or were you talking about the system, which is the Caucasian, freeing us?
I think he's saying fight the power. Listen, let me tell you what I like about Chuck D, though. He's constantly evolving. When he said Elvis was a hero to most, right? And he gets into talking about him and John Wayne.
But it's shock, but he knows how to get to people's attention.
Right. And so when on Vlad TV, he said he asked him about that. And he says, well, now I understand that I learned that Elvis wasn't really like John Wayne. He wasn't really a racist, but we were taught that by the new documentary that come out. They said, Elvis was pretty cool cat.
So do you think Chuck D turned his back on Professor Griff?
I only know
we're holding for Chuck D. We'll go get Chuck D.
Yeah. Or let's get Griff, or let's get them all, man. Let's get them all.
Yeah, get Griff on.
Yeah, the brother is with Professor Griff, you gotta have 2 to 3 hours and note taking. So Chuck D, Professor Griff. Is there anybody else? I just got an inbox. No way. Guess what this gentleman said?
What?
Guess who they want us to get on here? Donald Trump. Let's do it.
Yeah, bring Trump on him.
Man,
Trump will come on the podcast.
Yeah.
You can get him. Go get Trump. I want to talk to him.
It'd be an honor just to sit down and.
Hey, if you get Trump on here, you're gonna have to get a new camera because they're gonna break the algorithm.
We're gonna shut us down, be blocked. Yes, Azar, did you want to say anything in closing? What was your closing?
My closing statement is: now I lay my head to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul
to keep.
If I die
before I wake,
pray the Lord my soul
to take. Amen to that. That was your closing?
That's my closing, brother. Chop it up and do what you do, brother. Chop it up like you chop it and bring it into fruition. Because you went in again for 2 hours.
Brother, hour and 30 minutes just shooting the breeze.
You went in and go down and hit the link.
Hey, listen, I love you, brother. I'm thankful to have you. Ladies and gentlemen that tuned in, there's only been a few people. I'm sorry that Sunday night is a new thing for us. We understand that most of us have to get ready for our work week. Thank you for your time. This will be on the page, The Spil with Spilman. Support Bang Hard as being an official sponsor.
And Spilman Tree Service.
Yes, but buy 100 shirts from my brother. He's got...
And cut down 4 million trees and replace 4 million with them.
We got to replace them, right? We got to replace them. I just want to say thank you, man. I'm so excited to have this brother part of what we're doing. This is my brother. This is my family. You will know this name, Azar Muhammad. He is the most controversial man on the internet now.
We got to get Charleston White on here.
Him and Charleston White are knocking, because Azar is not attacking individuals. He's attacking a thought, a mindset. So you won't ever hear Azar call a person out. I'm going to F you up. I want to shoot it out. He's a beautiful brother. He's attacking the mindset.
I'm going to save you first.
Savior. I want to thank y'all, man. This has been so dope. I don't want to get off. I was tired. I was yawning. And now I'm excited for the morning, but I'm really excited and thankful. The Spil with Spilman, your host, ShawnSpilman, co-host, Azar Muhammad. I love you, brother. Signing out, Facebook world, YouTube. Y'all have a blessed
evening. You got to get Donald Trump, brother.
Oh, Donald Trump, Chuck D, Elvis. Oh, we got to get Elvis in the next life. Let's do it. Beautiful brother, good evening. Have a good night.
Peace.